the quad god who collapsed at the Olympics, the prodigy who shockingly finished 8th when a gold medal was treated as an absolute guarantee, just dropped a series of announcements that literally nobody saw coming. And what he just revealed is going to change everything you thought you knew about his comeback. First bombshell, he was just caught on camera landing something the world has never ever seen before. During a practice session at the Milano Ice Arena, gearing up for the Olympic gala just days after his devastating breakdown, Ilia Malinin landed a rippin' quad axel. Yes, you heard that right, a quad axel with his arms locked overhead. The Rippin variation, named after Adam Rippin, shifts the center of gravity and makes any jump exponentially harder. Here is why this is absolutely insane. Ilia Malinin is the only human being on planet Earth who can land a standard quad axel in competition. And he just nonchalantly landed a brand new hyper-difficult variation of it at an Olympic practice session while the entire internet was still dissecting his collapse. The video instantly went viral. One user perfectly summed it up. No one in the world has ever landed a quad axel in competition, and here comes Ilia, just casually landing new variants of the jump hard on the heels of one of the worst days of his life. He isn't hiding in the shadows, he is evolving. Second bombshell, the Cryptic Instagram drop. He posted a video ending with 5 massive words, coming February 21st, 2026. That is the date of the Olympic gala, his final performance in Milano. But listen to what he actually said about it. He called this that version of the story, the version that confronts the vile online hatred he's been facing, the version that explains what he called the inevitable crash. Let's get one thing straight, this is not an apology performance, this is not a sad redemption skate, this is a bold statement. He is going to show the world exactly what Olympic pressure did to him, and he's doing it right on the ice in front of a global audience at the closing exhibition. It's happening in just a few days, and the entire world is holding its breath to see what he unleashes. Third bombshell, the exclusive Olympics.com interview. Less than 24 hours ago, on Tuesday, February 17th, Ilia Malinin officially announced his return to blood sport competition. He is heading to the World Figure Skating Championships in Prague, Czech Republic, from March 23rd through the 29th. But here is the shocker, he is going for his 3rd consecutive world title, a three-peat, something we haven't seen since Nathan Chen dominated from 2018 to 2021. His exact words, "I am looking forward to getting myself that redemption competition." He also went on the Today Show and flat out admitted, "I was not ready to handle that to a full extent." He owned the fact that he wasn't prepared for the crushing weight of Olympic pressure. But he is now. He is gearing up for the mother of all comebacks. So what actually happened in Milan that makes these 3 announcements so earth-shattering? Going into Milano Cortina 2026, Ilia Malinin was the ultimate sure thing. 2-time world champion, 3-time Grand Prix final champion. Undefeated since November 2023, riding a 14 competition winning streak. He had landed a record-breaking 7 quads in a single program. His world record free skate score was a monstrous 28.97, and he claimed afterward he was only operating at 85%. Gold wasn't a question. It was a guarantee. The team event kicked things off. Saturday, February 7th, he finished 2nd in the short program behind Japan's Yuma Kageyama. He looked nervous, definitely not his best. Sunday, February 8th, he won the free skate and secured team gold for the United States. But he stepped out of a quad Lutz and intentionally held back, later admitting he didn't go full capacity to pace himself for the individual event. But the individual competition is where the pressure cooker exploded. Tuesday, February 10th, the short program, he delivered. He carved out a 5-point lead over Kageyama, scoring 108.16. The quad god looked like he was back in the driver's seat. The gold was his to lose. Yet, even then, he admitted the nerves were creeping in, saying the attention can really get to you if you are not ready to fully embrace it. Then came Friday the 13th, the free skate, and everything completely unraveled. He popped his signature quad axel into a single. He crashed on a quad Lutz. He fell on a quad Salchow. 2 brutal falls, multiple costly mistakes, and 72 points completely wiped out in deductions. He scored a shocking 156.33 in the free skate, placing 15th out of 24 skaters in that segment alone. He free fell from first place all the way down to 8th overall. Kazakhstan's Mikhail Shaidorov swooped in for gold. Kageyama took silver. Shun Sato took bronze. The overwhelming, invincible favorite didn't even sniff the podium. It was one of the most stunning collapses in Olympic figure skating history. Right after stepping off the ice, he didn't run from the truth. He looked at the cameras and said, "I blew it." He described the nerves as so suffocating that every traumatic moment of his life flooded his mind. His legs felt like solid stone. He couldn't breathe. He had zero control. The pressure of being the undisputed Olympic hopeful was simply too massive to handle. Before we get to the final verdict, I need you to do me a massive favor. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of February, so I would really appreciate it if you could smash that subscribe button and help me out. Alright, let's keep going. Right after that devastating Olympic collapse, Ilia Malinin was right back on the practice ice, landing variations of the quad axel that literally no human has ever attempted. Think about the gravity of that. He was not broken. He was not defeated. He was out there experimenting, pushing the absolute limits of physics, and making the hardest jump in the history of the sport even harder. When anyone else would be hiding in shame, he was on the ice, creating history. That is not the mindset of someone who is finished. That is a gladiator who is just getting started. The upcoming Olympic gala on February 21st isn't some polite redemption skate. It is his chance to show the world exactly what happened inside his mind. He called it that version of the story of the toxic online hatred, the story of the insurmountable pressure, the story of an inevitable crash. He isn't apologizing for Milan. He is explaining it. He is taking the narrative by the throat on Olympic ice, in front of the entire world. That takes unbreakable courage. And then there's the World Championships announcement. Redemption competition. Those two words tell you everything you need to know. He isn't running from the pressure. He is sprinting straight back to the biggest stage outside the Olympics. Just 6 weeks after his collapse, he is heading to Prague to fight for his third straight world title. But here is the most important takeaway. In his recent interviews, he said, "I didn't understand how much that pressure was going to get to me." Past tense. He didn't understand. Which means now, he knows. Now, he is prepared. He understands exactly what he is fighting. That is the ultimate difference between Milano and Prague. He knows the enemy now. The pressure, the expectations, the staggering weight of being the favorite. He has identified it, he has named it, and he is ready to face it head-on. 3 massive announcements in just 72 hours. The Ripon quad axle says, "I am still evolving." February 21st says, "I am telling my story on my terms." The World Championship says, "I am coming for blood." The quad god that everybody thought was broken just proved he is anything but. He is 21 years old. This is chapter 1 of his legacy, not the finale. The Olympics broke him, but it did not destroy him. And these 3 bombshells prove it. The comeback starts right now. Do you think Ilia Malinin is going to secure his 3rd straight world title in Prague? Or is the mental scar of the Olympic collapse going to hold him back? Sound off in the comments below and let me know exactly what you think. Make sure to subscribe because we are going to be covering every second of the World Championships in March. The Quad God's comeback story is just igniting.